Queen Salith Voran dodged a leaking steam pipe and fixed her gaze on the human girl ahead. The girl, Mara, the dock workers called her, shoved a thin heat stick into a worker's scaled palm. 2 creds, lights your vent all night. The dock worker grunted, his breath fogging in the chill. Vents hummed overhead, spewing recycled air that barely warmed the slums. He slapped creds into her hand. Mara pocketed them fast, her fingers nimble despite the cold gnawing at her threadbare coat. Salith edged closer, hood shadowing her face. She had slipped palace walls at dawn, alone to see her city's underbelly unfiltered. No guards. No ceremony. Just truth. Mara struck a match from her tin saf. Flame bloomed orange. She touched it to the heat stick's tip. It ignited with a soft crackle radiating warmth. The dock worker snatched it and lumbered off, muttering approval. Next, Mara waved her tin at another cluster of workers emerging from the transit shafts. Their exoskeletons clicked against the grated floor. Human-made burned twice as long. A burly one with scarred mandibles paused. You again, soft skin? Last one lasted till shift end. Mara grinned, teeth white against grime-streaked cheeks. Best you'll find. He tossed the coin. Mara lit it quick, handed it over. The warmth chased shadows from his faceplates. He nodded once and joined the line, shuffling into the vents. Salith watched, transfixed. Humans endured here on grit alone. No claws, no venom sacs, yet this girl thrived amid the refuse. Mara's tin clinked empty. She rattled it anyway. Last one gone. Back tomorrow. A tiny form huddled nearby. A hatchling no bigger than Salith's forearm. Its shell quivered, frills limp from cold. It peeped, eyes wide. Mara knelt.
Hey, little one. You okay?
The hatchling shivered harder, mandibles chattering.
Mara glanced at her empty tin, hesitated.
Then she dug into her coat pocket, pulled a spare heat stick. The last one. She struck a match, lit it, and pressed it into the hatchling's tiny claws. Here. Warm up. Don't tell the boss. The hatchling clutched it close. Warmth spread across its shell. It peeped gratitude, frills perking. A dock worker, Mara's best buyer by his frequent visits, emerged from the shaft.
He scanned her empty tin. Out already?
I needed 2. Mara shrugged, still kneeling. Gave the last to this one. Freezing out here, he snorted, steam from his vents curling, soft skin folly. Waste on vermin. He shoved past, vanishing into the crowd. Salith's crest twitched under her hood. Extraordinary. Humans gave when they had nothing left. Footsteps thudded. 3 collectors loomed from an alley. Tex enforcers marked by jagged scar rings on their carapaces. They blocked Mara's path. Tax time, human, the leader growled. His claw snatched her match tin. Mara stood, hands out. I paid slum dues last cycle, human tax, he sneered, for breathing our air. He shook the tin. Matches rattled inside. The other 2 circled, claws flexing. Dock workers scattered, heads down. No one intervened. Mara planted her feet. Give it back. I sell those. Starve without 'em. Leader laughed, a wet rasp. Starve then. Tex says humans pay double. Silas' blood heated. Tech's gang preyed on the weak, brokering desperation for creds. Her city festered under it. Enough. She stepped forward, cloak parting to reveal her stature. Voice low, commanding. Release it. Collectors spun. Leader squinted. Who are you? Back off, cloaker. Salith met his gaze, her pheromones sharpened the air. Royal command, subtle but iron. I said release the tin. Now. The hatchling scuttled behind Mara. Heatsticks clutched tight. Leader bared fangs. No tech? He owns these vents. You? Salith lunged. Her claw snapped out, pinning his wrist to the grate. Metal groaned.
I know enough. He yelped, tin dropping.
Mara snatched it midair. The other 2 charged. Salith sidestepped the first, drove her elbow into his midsection. He crumpled, gasping. The second swung claws high. She ducked, swept his legs. He crashed, shell cracking on Duercrete. Leader wrenched free, venom dripping from mandibles. You'll pay for. Walk away. Tell Tech the slums have a new protector. He snarled but scrambled up. His crew dragged themselves after, vanishing into shadows. Mara stared, tin clutched to chest. You fought them? For me? Salith dusted her cloak. Up close, the girl looked younger, 16 cycles, eyes fierce but exhaustion lined them.
Injustice demands action. Mara pocketed the tin.
Thanks. Name's Mara Vale, match seller. No title, Not yet. You give away your livelihood, why? Mara shrugged, glancing at the hatchling. It peeped, rubbing against her leg. Can't watch him freeze. Humans stick together. Or, try to. Silas' crest rose. Stick together. In a city that shunned them. My safe holds near. Rest there. Mara eyed her. Stranger? Nah. I know alleys. Strangers saved you today. Salith nodded to the hatchling. Like you saved that one. The girl chewed her lip. Hatchling tugged her coat. She sighed. Fine. But if it's a trap. Salith led the way. Weaving through vents. They ducked into a disused maintenance warrens, Salith's temporary bolt hole stocked with rations and a heat coil. Mara sank onto a crate, rubbing hands. Hatchling curled in her lap, heatstick dimming. Why help a human? Mara asked. Most spit when they see us. Sawilith activated the coil. Warmth bloomed. Prejudice blinds. You act with compassion. Rare here. Mara snorted. Compassion? Just survival. Freeze alone, you die. Heavy. Salith tensed, signaling silence. Mara gripped her tin like a weapon. A voice boomed through the grate. Cloaker. Tech wants words. Come out. Salith rose. Tech moved fast. Too fast. Mara whispered, that's his fixer. Big trouble. Salith cracked her knuckles. Stay. I'll handle. She slipped out. 5 enforcers waited, led by a hulking brute, Tech himself. No, his broker. Scar rings gleamed. You hit my collectors, Broker growled.
Pay up. Or bleed.
Silith squared shoulders. Your tax ends. Leave the humans be. He laughed. Queen's decree. Huh. She lounges in palaced silk. Salith stripped her hood. Crest flared full royal azure. Pheromones flooded. Undeniable authority. Broker froze. Enforcers dropped to knees. My decree, Salith said. Queen Salith Vorin.
Stand. They obeyed, trembling.
Relay to Tech. Slums reform. Humans integrate. Interfere. Face my court. Broker bowed low. Yes, Majesty. Salith returned. Mara gaped. Queen! Real queen! Salith nodded. You come to palace. Safe. No more taxes. Mara hugged the hatchling tighter.
Palace? They'll eat me alive, Mara clutched the shivering hatchling closer. Its tiny scales rasped against her palm.
They'll eat me alive. Salith knelt, crest dimming to soft blue. They won't. I command them. Mara scanned the niche. Damp walls closed in. Her tin of matches sat empty now. Last one lit the queen's coil. You command. They obey you. Not me. Humans get the scraps. Or knives. Salith extended a claw-tipped hand. Gentle. You warmed a stranger. Shared your fire. That earns loyalty. Footfalls splashed outside again, lighter this time. Mara tensed. Salith's frills quivered. She tapped her wristband. A faint ping hummed. Silent to Mara, but the queen's eyes sharpened. Stay hidden, Salith whispered. She rose and slipped out. Mara peered through the grate. 2 figures approached. Armored cloaks marked with royal helix. One scanned the alley. The other gripped a pulse staff. Captain Kess, Silith said. Voice carried authority. Secure the area. Human female. Adolescent. With me. The captain, Mara glimpsed stern mandibles and silver rank crests, snapped to attention. Majesty? Here? Alone? Explanations later. She comes to palace. Now, boots thudded. The captain barked orders. His squad fanned out, glow orbs lighting the sleet. Mara backed deeper into her niche. Heart hammered. Palace guards. Real ones. They'd drag her out, parade her like a trophy, or worse. Salith returned. Captain Rune Kess. Loyal. He'll shield you. Mara shook her head. Shield?
From what? Your own court spits like the slums.
Salith gripped the grate. Prejudice dies under decree. Come. Mara hesitated. The hatchling chirped, cold seeping in. No choice. She crawled out, tin clutched tight. Captain Kess loomed. His gaze raked her. Frail limbs, mud-caked clothes, alien bundle. Mandibles clicked. Distrust flickered.
Human.
Unvetted. Risky. Salith's pheromone spiked. She saved me from freeze. Vet her in transit. Kess bowed stiffly. As you command. He waved his squad. Perimeter clear. Extract.
They moved fast.
Mara stumbled between armored forms.
Sleet stung her face. Whispers rose from shadowed doorways. Human eyes watched, hopeful, envious. A shout pierced the night. Cloaker bitch, taking our meal ticket. Shadows boiled. Enforcers surged. Tech's crew, scar rings glinting. Broker led, vibro clubs humming. Kess raised his staff. Halt. Royal escort, Broke snarled. Royal? For a mud rat? Tech says no. She interrupted collections. Pays in blood.
Mara froze.
Her demo lighting that heatstick drew eyes. Marked her. Salith stepped forward. Crest blazed. Tech defies me again. Broker lunged. Tech rules slums. Kess fired. Pulse bolt staggered. The broker. Squad unleashed. Nets deployed. Clubs sparked. Enforcers dropped, writhing. Mara dodged a stray swing. She jammed her tin into an attacker's eye. He howled. Stay behind, human. They piled the fallen into a heap. Kess bound them. Slum fixer scum. Majesty, we go. Hover sleds hummed at alley's end. Mara boarded, hatchling tucked inside her jacket. Salith sat beside her. Kess piloted, jaw tight. Air warmed as they lifted. City lights blurred below. Safe? For now. Kess glanced back. Human? Why refuse aid before? Slum logic? Mara met his eyes. Aid costs. Salith chuckled. She shares heat freely. Taught me that. Kess grunted. Mandibles flexed. No reply. Palace spires pierced clouds. Gates parted. Courtiers gasped as they landed. Frills flared in shock. Whispers hissed. Human filth? In the heart chamber. Salith strode out. Mara followed, Cass at her flank. Guards saluted. Archivist Leo 7 waited, slender, Datavine's coiling arms. Eyestalk's word, majesty. Unannounced arrival. Protocols. Override, Salith snapped.
Human guest. Quarters.
Now. Leo 7's vines twitched. Scanned Mara. Species, Homo sapiens. Health, suboptimal. Contagion risk, minimal. Integration viable under Edict 47B. Mara blinked. Edict, Leo, Dabast, 7 nodded. Queen's reform. Humans integrate. I enforce. They marched halls, crystal walls hummed. Servants bowed low, but eyes lingered on Mara. Venomous. A courtier blocked. Elder drone. Pheromone sour. Human presence violates purity clause. Salith halted. Purity? She brave slums you admire.
Step aside. Drone bowed, but hissed to aids.
Precedent shatters. 7 herded Mara to a chamber. Soft lights bloomed. Bed nest formed. Warm. Vast. Nourish packs here. I petition med scans. Mara sank onto the nest. Hatchling uncurled, sniffing air. This real? Silas lingered at door. Real. Safe. She turned to Kess outside. Mara strained to hear. Kess murmured, Majesty, Tech's network plots, slum reports, retaliation inbound. Human draws them. Salith's voice hardened. Then fortify. She stays. Door sealed. Mara ate a nourish pack. Sweet, fortifying. Strength returned. But sleep evaded.
Palace hummed with threat. Dawn pulsed.
Leo. 7 returned with robes scaled but sized for her. Attire. Council observes. Mara dressed. Mirror showed. Still human. Council chamber loomed. Tiered seats filled with nobles. Salith sat throne, crest regal. The sour elder rose. Majesty proposes human integration. We protest. They weaken bloodlines, spread chaos. Mara stood beside throne. Per Leo, Baja. 7's whisper.
Heart raced. Salith signaled.
Speak, Mara Vale. Eyes locked on her. Silence. Mara swallowed.
I sell heat. Share it.
Froze alone, you'd die. Palace or slum, same cold. Murmurs rippled. A noble scoffed. Primitive fire trick. Salith tossed a coil.
Demonstrate. Mara caught it.
No matches. She scanned. Wax seal on a pack. Peeled it. Wrapped tight. Scratched flint from her boot sole. Sparked. Flamed caught. Stabilized. Hand steady in chamber breeze. Warmth bloomed. Gasps echoed. Nobles leaned. Controlled burn. One-handed. Impossible precision. Silas smiled. Her compassion fuels it. Adopt or freeze in prejudice. Votes cast. Leo, 7 tallied. Integration affirmed. 6, 1, 3, 9. Cheers, mixed with hisses.
Elder stormed out. Kess approached.
Perimeter breach. Tex assassins. Tunnel rats. Sylith rose.
Defend her!
Alarms wailed. Mara gripped her wax-wrapped coil. Flame danced. Intruders burst vents. Cloaked. Blades out. Tex elite. Scar rings hidden. Kess charged. Staff whirled. 2 down. Mara dodged. Tripped 1 into Leo. 7's vine trap. Data nets shocked him still. Salith fought bare-clawed. Pheromones rallied guards. A blade nicked Mara's arm. Bloodwell rough claws yanked Mara from her niche. Scar-ringed thugs smashed her heatstick crates. Matches scattered across the filth-slick pavement. She clutched her flint pouch. Human trash ends tonight, the lead thug snarled. Tex mark gleamed on his neck, 3 rings for enforcer rank. Mara twisted free, kicked a thug's knee. Bone cracked.
He howled.
2 more pinned her arms. Dragged her toward the scrapyard cages. Slum crowd parted. Prejudiced eyes glared. Filthy off-worlder.
Deserves the grinders.
Mara struggled. Her boots scraped alloy grit. Heat sticks trampled underfoot. She'd shared those with frozen beggars last night. No one helped now. Discrimination choked the air like smog. The scrapyard loomed ahead. Rusted cages stacked high. Human bones glinted inside some. Tech profited from their despair, sold them to labor pits. Or worse. She twisted toward her pouch. Fingers brushed flint. A cloaked figure pushed through the crowd. Tall, regal even in rags. Whispered to a hooded warrior beside her. The warrior nodded.
Captain's stance. Disciplined, coiled.
Extract the girl, the cloaked one ordered low. No shots into the crowd. Innocents pack these streets. Voice carried authority. Pheromones sharpened the air. Royal scent masked but potent. Mara blinked sweat. Thugs hauled her closer to the cages. One cuffed her head. Stars burst.
She bit down. No scream.
Survival first, then share the warmth. If any left. Lead thug laughed. Tex says grind her slow. They reached the cage gate. Lock clicked open. Mara acted. Yanked a match from her sleeve. Hidden spare. Thumb scratched flint from boot sole. Spark leaped. Flame bloomed. Thug lunged to snuff it. She puffed hard. Match flared bright. Smoke billowed acrid, eye-searing. Pursuer blinded. Clawed his face. Screamed. Mara dropped low, crabbed it. Sawed restraints, rope frayed, snapped. She rolled free. Crowd gasped. Human fire trick. Impossible in wind. Thugs recovered. Blades out. Warrior Captain Kess burst forward. Staff whirled. Cracked one thug's wrist. Blade flew. Second thug charged. Kess sidestepped. Tripped him into scrap pile. Metal clanged. Mara sprinted. Kess grabbed her wrist. Service tunnel. Now. Ducked low grate. Crawled in. Dank pipes hummed. Echoes of pursuit. Tech's roar outside. Seal the street gates. Alloy slammed. Clanged shut. They emerged in dim understreet. Mara panted. Arm throbbed from earlier palace, Nick. Wait, no, that was dream. No time.
Kess scanned shadows.
Queen's orders. You're palace bound. Queen? Cloaked figure darted in behind. Pushed grate closed. Too late. Main slum gates boomed, distant. Slammed shut. Crowd screams. Muffled. Lockdown sirens wailed. Kess cursed. Trapped. Tech's full seal. The cloaked one Mara saw crest glint now. Queen Salith Vorin. Incognito. No more. Eyes locked on Mara. You share heat with strangers. Mara nodded. Trembled. Blood trickled from scrapes.
Salith tore cloth strip, bound Mara's arm.
Tight, efficient. Compassion like yours, rare. Kess gripped staff. Tech profits from chaos. Gangs own these tunnels now. Direct action. We cut through. Mara gripped her match. Flame steadied her hand. Not alone. Slum depths pressed. Pipes dripped acid condensate, echoes of claws on metal. Tech's hunters closed. Kess led. Staff probed dark. Salith flanked Mara. Protected. Why me? Mara whispered. Salith's pheromones calmed. Subtle wave. Saw you refuse to let a Vexi kit freeze.
Shared your last stick. Prejudice blinds my court.
Not me. Mara swallowed.
Kit had purred thanks. Now Queen chose her.
Found family in filth. Tunnel forked. Kess signaled halt. Scar rings ahead. Ambush. 4 thugs. Blades gleamed. End of line, soft skin. Kess charged. Staff spun. Cracked ribs. Sciolith leaped. Bare claws raked. Pheromones spiked. Rally cry. Thug faltered. Clutched throat. Mara dodged slash. Struck match. Flared into eyes. Smoke choked. Thug coughed blind. She kicked groin. He crumpled. Last thug grabbed Salith. Blade to neck. Mara threw scrap. Hit wrist. Blade dropped. Salith spun. Claw to throat. Done. Kess nodded respect. Human precision. Salith smiled faint. Collaborate. We win. They pressed on. Tunnels narrowed. Ventilation hummed hot. Sweat stung Mara's cuts. Salith shared water flask. Sipped slow. Palace integration waits. Prove them wrong. Mara met eyes. I sell heat. Share it. Cold kills equal. Queen nodded. Prejudice cracked. Another junction.
Drones buzzed above. Tech spies.
Kess smashed 1. Shards rained.
Scrapyard core ahead. Cages there. Mara tensed. Her nightmare. But Queen's claw brushed shoulder. Protective. Warmth spread. Not fire. Family chose. They burst into scrapyard underbelly.
Empty now. Tech waited.
Power broker bulked huge. Gangs flanked. 20 strong. Gates sealed outside. No exit. Trespassers. Tech growled. Queen plays slum rat.
Sylith stepped forward. Incognito shed.
Crest flared. My city. Release control. Tech laughed. Prophets say no. Human sparked this. Destroyed my trade. Heatsticks competed with his chems. Mara stood tall. I share. You hoard. Crowd filtered in. Slum dwellers. Watched. Kess tensed. No clear shot. Salith raised claw. Stand down, Captain.
No crowd fire!
Tech lunged.
Gangs surged. Chaos erupted.
Kess World Staff.
Felled 3. Silas pheromones rallied hidden allies, loyalists and shadows. Claws flashed. Mara struck matches. Flared bursts. Blinded packs. Smoke walls rose. Thugs coughed. She grabbed pipe shard. Slashed leg. 1 dropped. Sila fought beside. Claw synced with Mara's spark. Thug between them. Queen raked arm. Mara smoked face. Down. Tech roared. Charged Mara. Huge fist swung. She ducked. Scrap blade out.
Slashed calf.
He bellowed. Kess pole vaulted. Staff to back. Tech staggered. Claw to chest. Pinned. Gangs broke. Fled. Crowd murmured. Queen fights for human.
Fire controls wind. Tech spat.
Slums mine. Salith pressed claw.
Yours ends. Pheromones commanded. Loyalists cuffed him. Kess scanned gates. Sealed tight. Drones lock from core. Mara eyed service vents. Up there. Air shafts. Sylith nodded. Lead. They climbed. Rusted rungs groaned. Drones pursued. Mara sparked match. Tossed into drone vent. Overload sparked. 2 exploded. Kess smashed 3rd. Top vent spat them into alley. Slum gates loomed. Huge alloy slabs. Locked. Sirens peaked. Crowd pressed gates from inside. Trapped with riot. Kess pounded panel. Override fails. Tech's hack. Silas claw raked the gate panel. Sparks showered Mara's face. She shielded her eyes. Stand back, the Queen hissed. Mara gripped her pipe shard tighter. Drones whirred closer from the slums. Sirens wailed. Kess swung his staff. Smashed 1 drone midair. Shrapnel pinged off alloy walls. The gate groaned.
Hydraulics hissed. Slabs parted a handspan.
Salith wedged her claws in. Muscles bulged under iridescent scales. She heaved. Mara dropped to her belly. Shoved shoulder into the gap. Pushed with legs braced on rungs. The gate inched wider. Enough for a child. Mara scrambled through first. Kess followed. Pulled Salith clear as the gap slammed shut behind. Drones crashed against the alloy. Buds echoed. Mara panted. Slums stench clung to her rags. Palace side? Silith nodded. Claws, flexed maintenance tunnels. Follow. They sprinted down a dim service alley. Pipes hissed steam. Mara dodged puddles that burned her bare feet. Kess scanned shadows. No pursuit, yet. Salith punched a grate. It popped free. In, crawl, low. Mara dove first. Elbows scraped ferrocrete. Air grew cooler, filtered. They emerged in palace underbelly. Vast halls loomed beyond bulkheads. Marble gleamed under glow orbs. Salith sealed the grate. No cameras here. Court stays blind. Mara straightened. Torn coat flapped. Blood crusted her scrapes. They'll smell me coming. Kess wrinkled his snout. Slum rot. Quarantine first. Salith shot him a glare.
She saved my life.
You question. Kess bowed head. My queen. Footsteps echoed. Attendants rounded the corner. Silk robes swirled. 6 of them, scaled faces pinched. The lead one recoiled.
Contaminant. Human filth. Mara stood tall.
Didn't flinch. Seal it, another attendant barked. Quarantine wing. Now. Silith stepped forward. Pheromones thickened the air. She enters as guest. Attendants hissed. Claws gestured wildly.
Protocol. Touch her, and we purge.
One prodded Kess. Captain, enforce. Kess gripped staff, hesitated. Mara met their stares. I clean myself.
Silith nodded sharp. Grant her quarters.
Adjacent to mine. Attendant sputtered.
Impossible! She carries plagues!
Move, Salith growled. They scattered. Kess led to a side chamber. Steam vents puffed. Scrub basins gleamed.
Here, he said, dropped a bundle.
Supplies. Door hissed shut. Mira exhaled. She stripped her coat. Rags, underneath shredded. Wound stung. Hot water cascaded from a spout. Mara scrubbed. Sloughed off grime. Skin pinked raw. She eyed the bundle. Needle. Thread. Antiseptic gel. Coat lay torn across shoulders. Gang claws had ripped it. Mara threaded needle. Dipped in gel. Stitched tight seams. Even pulls. No bunching. 15 minutes. Coat whole again. Patched strong. She dressed. Coat smelled clean. Matches safe in pocket.
Mirror showed a girl, skin scarred.
Eyes steady, no beggar. Door chime. Mara opened. 2 attendants waited. Tablets glowed.
Inspection.
Mara stepped out. Arms loose. Chin up. They circled. Sniffed air. Scanned with beams. Clean, one admitted, grudging. Still human, the other snapped. Contaminant risk. Salith strode up. Flanked by Kess. Royal pheromones rolled like thunder. Report, she commanded. Quarantine required, lead attendant said. Ward protocols, watched. Salith snatched the tablet. Claws, tapped code. Emergency ward. Royal countersign. Attendants gaped. My queen. Overruled. Salith pressed clawpad. Hollow seal flared. Protected status. Room Alpha, Alpha 7. Tablet beeped acceptance. Attendants bowed stiff. As you decree. One muttered. Court will rage. Salith ignored, turned to Mara. Come. They marched corridors, vaulted arches soared. Servos whirred in walls. Whispers chased them. Scales rustled behind tapestries. Kess peeled off guards. Stationed at intersections, Alpha 7 door irised open.
Bedchamber gleamed. Soft lights.
Fresh linens. Adjoining door led to Salith's suite. Unlocked. Mara stepped in. Sank onto bed edge. Legs shook now. Silith lingered. Rest. Food comes. Mara nodded. Why? You fought. Like kin. Salith's tail flicked. Rare softness. Slums taught you fire. Door sealed. Mata lay back. Palace hummed around her. Alarms blared distant. Court stirred. Kess burst in later. Petitioners mass. Archivist Leo, 7 leads. Silith entered from her side. Robes changed. Crown gleamed. Summon them, she said. Mara rose. Coat neat. Ready. Throne antechamber packed. Dozens of nobles. Scales every hue. Eyes on Salith. Leo, 7 stepped forward. Precise bow. My queen. The contaminant breaches halls. Mara stood beside Salith. Silent, Salith raised claw. Silence fell. Human Mara Vale. Saved my life. Gasps rippled. Leo, 7 consulted tablet. Protocols demand isolation. Health Decree 9.4. Nobles nodded. Murmurs grew. Purge her. Slum disease.
Xelith snatched Leo.
Claws flew across screen. New decree.
Hollow projected. Words burned bright.
Human Mara Vale, Royal Ward. Immune to quarantine. Protected under claw. Leo, 7 blinked. You, rewrite, in my court.
Salith hurled tablet back. Countersigned.
Now nobles recoiled.
Whispers turned awe. Kess smirked faint. Mara met Salith's gaze. Nodded once. Lio, 7 bowed deeper. It integrates. Syelith dismissed them. Court resumes tomorrow. She stays natural voice. Eyes lingered on Mara. Door sealed. Sylith turned. They test. We stand. Mara pulled matches.
Lit 1. Flame danced steady.
Together. Salith's scales shimmered. Approval. But shouts echoed halls. Contaminant walks free. Kess tensed at door. Riots brew. Salith's claws flexed. Let them come. Mara pocketed match. Pipe shard hidden in sleeve. Palace or slums. Fight waited. Archivist, Leo. 7 slipped back. Tablet clutched. My queen. Integration files.
Incomplete. She needs vetting.
Salith waved. You handle. Keep her breathing. Leo. 7-eyed Mara.
Human resilience.
Noted. Mara followed him to side alcove. Scans hummed. Samples taken. Quick pricks. Clean. Lio. 7 declared. Anomaly.
He tapped furiously. Assigned codes.
Room access. Rules bend for wards, he said, but court bites. Mara stitched a loose thread on his robe sleeve. Quick.
Neat.
He froze. Stared. Human hands. Precise. She shrugged. Keeps me warm. Leo? 7 nodded. Useful. Stay close. Back in chamber. Trays arrived. Steaming proteins.
Mara ate, slow, savored.
Salith joined through adjoining door. Pheromones calm now. Tomorrow full court. She sliced meat. Offered half. Mara took. Chewed. They hate me. They fear. Salith's eyes glowed amber. We prepare. Dawn clawed through palace vents. Leo, 7 gripped Mara's arm, dragged her down echoing corridors. Boots scraped crystal floors. Overseers flanked them. Nobles in silken robes, tails lashing. Whispers hissed like steam vents. Contaminant enters sacred halls. One sneered. Scales flushed crimson. Leo? 7's claws clicked on his tablet. Protocol demands vetting. Queen's ward or not. They shoved into a vaulted chamber. Central console hummed, screens flickering blue. Hollow projections swirled alien glyphs. Mara scanned the setup. Input pads gleamed, delicate filaments for neural sync. Language matrices. Protocol simulations.
Sit. Leo Dasev ordered.
Pushed her onto the restraint chair. Straps hissed tight. Language first, then etiquette. Fail any, expulsion. Kept hands still, heat sticks tucked safe in pocket. No matches here. Oversight crowded closer. A noble teen lounged at the edge, slender, jeweled collar glinting. Eyes narrowed on Mara, lips curled. Leo. 7 activated the console. Sync begins. Speak truths only. Screen lit. Glyphs cascaded. Voice prompt droned in Varan tongue. Clipped. Formal. Mara leaned in. Neural pad chilled her temple. Words flowed from her mouth, halting at first. Slum scraps of language, pieced from traders. Console beeped green. Phrases built. Greetings, deference codes, meal rights.
Accurate, Leo, 7 muttered.
Tapped logs. 80% match. Slum dialect impurities noted. Overseers shifted. Murmurs rose. The teen noble edged forward. Fingers twitched, near the console base. Protocol phase loaded. Sims projected. Throne room bows, claw signals, pheromone cues. Mara mimicked. Chair restraints buzzed feedback. Correct form lit green. Wrong tilt sparked red jolts. She adjusted. Matched angles from Salith's lessons last night. Past first sim. Proceeding. Leo. 7 said. Voice steady, console word, then stuttered. Screen flickered. Input pad sparked. Filament snapped. Tiny wire coiled loose inside the access port. Error. Console blared.
Red flooded hollow. Neural contact failed.
Test aborted. Human unfit. Overseers erupted. Expel. Expel. Purge the filth. Leo, 7, lunged. Claws pried the panel. Sabotage? Impossible. The teen noble smirked, slipped back into crowd. No one noticed his jeweled pin. Dropped earlier, prongs filed sharp. Mara twisted in straps, felt the pipe shard in her sleeve. But eyes locked on the port, hairpin twisted from her braid last night. Slum fix for loose vents. She strained. Fingers brushed pocket. Release her, an overseer barked. Failure confirmed. Leo, 7 hesitated.
Scanned logs.
Wait. Mara jammed the pin into the port. Bent tip hooked the snapped wire. Twisted gentle. Slum trick. Matchwick snapped. She'd reconnect with spit and thread. Here, metal yielded. Wire clicked home. She yanked pin out, straightened it. Tucked back in braid. Console hummed alive. Green surged. Recalibrating. Continue? Overseers froze. Jaws dropped. Leo, 7 blinked. How? Done, Mara said. Temple to pad. Protocol sims reloaded. She nailed them. Bow depths precise. Claw feints dodged. Pheromone reads. Guest from Salith's scent shifts. All green. 1 take. Final chime rang. Passed, console declared. Integration cleared. Chamber silenced.
She.
7's tablet shook in his grip. Human repaired the matrix. Manually. Mara unstrapped. Stood. Rubbed wrists. Keeps the cold out. Overseers recoiled. The teen noble paled. Fled toward doors. Alarms wailed distant. Court summoned. Queen Salith stormed in. Scales armored taut. Kess at her flank, blade drawn. Report. 7 bowed. Held up the pin.
She fixed sabotage, Majesty. Passed flawless.
Salith's gaze pinned the teen noble. He skidded halt. You. Forward. Stammered. Knelt. Majesty, I. Claw marks on panel. Kess growled. Sniffed air.
Your scent. Salith flexed claws.
Court witnesses. This whelp rigged expulsion. For what sport? Human taint, he spat. She defiles. Silence.
Salith signaled guards.
Detain. Investigate lineage. Full probe. Guards dragged him. Screams echoed. Court nobles poured in, hundreds, tails thrashing. Whispers died under her glare. Behold, Silith boomed. Activated hollow replay. Mara's fix looped. Pin twist. Wire snap back.
Human hands mend what Vorencraft breaks. Silith pulled Mara forward.
She stays. Integrates. Who challenges? Silence crushed them. 1 noble stepped. Elder scales. Precedent. New precedent. Silith's pheromones flooded. Command thick. She saved my life in slums. Repays with loyalty. Court adapts. Leo 7 nodded. Assigned chits. Protocols loaded. Mara met Salith's eyes. Nodded. Pipe shard still hidden. Slum habits died hard. Kess scanned crowd.
Threats linger, Majesty. Let them.
Cialis sliced air with claw. We stand.
Court dispersed under her stare. But eyes burned on Mara. Corridors buzzed as they exited. Leo?
7 led to quarters. Side chamber off Salith suite.
Bed pod hummed warm. Meal tray waited. Proteins, heat sticks, stocked. Rest, he said. Court bites tomorrow. Full integration. Matches safe. Twisted hairpin back in place. Silith entered through joining door. You fixed their trap. Voice low. Approval hummed. Slum life. Mara lit a stick. Offered 1. Breaks often. You fix with claws. I use pins.
Silith took it. Inhaled smoke.
Scales relaxed. Court saw. Whispers turn. Footsteps outside. Kess. Riots at gates. Anti-human chants. Tech's gangs stir slums. Salith's claws extended. He profits from chaos. Send runes, squad. Crush. Kess bowed.
And the girl?
Mara stood.
Pocketed matches.
I know Tech's dens, backways. Salith eyed her. You fight with us? Mara gripped pipe shard. Family does, Kess snorted.
Human in battle? Absurd.
Salith silenced him. She mended console. She maps slums. Go.
They moved. Corridors darkened.
Palace edges met slum walls. Gates creaked open. Riots raged below. Torches flared.
Purge the contaminant.
Tech's voice boomed from balcony.
Queen harbors vermin.
Rise, Mara slipped ahead. Scented alleys. Trap left, his bolt holes right.
Kess drew blade. How do you? Matches lit paths.
Mara pointed. Smoke trails his cruise.
Sylith nodded. Lead. They dove in. Gangs swarmed. Claws slashed. Mara dodged. Pipe shard cracked a thug's knee. He crumpled.
Kess parried too. Stared.
Precise. Tech spotted them. Roared, charged with enforcers. Sylith met him. Claws locked.
Your reign ends. Mara flanked.
Hairpin? No match. Flared. Tossed into powder keg nearby. Boom rocked alley. Gangs scattered. Tech stumbled. Tech lunged again, claws scraping stone. Mara dodged left, pipe shard raised. Kess slammed into him from the side. The fixer crashed against a crate stack. Wood splintered. Gangs fled into shadows, smoke from the keg choking the alley.
Silas pinned Tech's arm. Her scales gleamed under torchlight.
Yield. Tech spat.
Slums burn without me. Kess! Wrenched his claws behind his back.
Bindings clicked shut. Mara scanned alleys. No more thugs. Smoke trails faded. Palace. Now.
Salith hauled Tech up. Mara pocketed her shard.
They dragged him through back ways. Riots quieted as squads cleared gates. Dawn light pierced smog. Palace spires loomed. Servants rushed them inside. Corridors buzzed. Whispers followed. Human girl, slum rat with queen. Mara ignored stares. Her rags stank of powder. Matches rattled in her pocket.
Kess shoved Tech into cells. Interrogate later.
Salith nodded. Court assembles in Winter Hall. Riots demand address.
Mara trailed them.
Feet ached on marble. Heat sticks sold here.
No time. Winter Hall doors swung open.
Nobles packed benches. Frost-rimmed walls. Palace chill for scale comfort. Eaters hummed along the far bank fence glowing blue. Humans froze faster. Salith mounted dais. Mara hung back near service doors. Servants started with trays. One lagged. A wiry male, eyes darting. He knelt by heaters, tools clinking. Mara edged closer. Wiring snaked from his pouch. Mismatched. Palace lines gleamed silver. His? Dull brass, slum scrap. Heart raced. Tech's work. Queen spoke. Tech falls.
Chaos ends. Nobles murmured.
Servant twisted wire. Fuse sparked faint orange. Mara bolted. Grabbed Salith's arm.
Yanked. Hard. Away. Queen stumbled back.
Nobles gasped. Heater bank hissed louder.
What?
Salith spun. Mara pointed. Bomb. Slum wire.
Servant dropped tools. Drew blade.
Two more burst from service alcoves. Kess exploded into motion.
Cackled. First agent. Blade skittered.
Intruders. Chaos erupted. Nobles shoved benches. Guards clashed steel. Mara dropped to heaters. Wrench from servant's kit. Hers now. Twisted vent cap. Fuse glowed brighter. Salith shielded her. Claws extended.
Girl. Mara struck match.
Touched exposed line. His pop.
Fuse died. No boom.
Kess slammed second agent down. Third fled. Guard speared him. Silence fell. Wreckage smoked. Mara exhaled. Hands shook. Wrench clattered. Salith gripped her shoulder. Scales warm against chill skin. You saw. Breaks often in slums. Mara wiped soot. Pins and smoke fix. Nobles stared. Whisper swelled. Kess hauled agents up. Tech's crew. Palace badges forged. Salith faced court. Voice boomed. This human, Mara Vale, saved my life.
She mends what breaks. Spots what hides.
I name her my ward. Under crown protection. Elder noble rose. Crests quivered. Majesty? Precedent? Dare object? Salith's eyes narrowed. Claws tapped throne arm. On record. Speak. Silence. Stretched. Mara stood straighter. Rags against silks. No one spoke. Court bowed.
As you decree.
Salith pulled Mara forward. Family chooses family. Mara nodded. Matches safe in pocket. Palace no longer froze her. But footsteps echoed outside. Archivist Leo, 7 hurried in. Data slate glowed. Majesty. Integration protocols activate. Ward requires quarters. Betting. His optics flicked to Mara. Precise.
Unblinking, Kess snorted.
She just vented a bomb. Leo. 7 adjusted robes. Rules bind all. Even heroes. He scanned Mara. Human physiology. Heat vulnerable. Quarters reroute to East Wing.
Heaters calibrated.
Mara followed him out. Corridors branched. Servants bowed. Wary eyes lingered. Leo? 7 shattered. Diet logs. Language implants optional. Court access tier 3. East Wing doors hissed open. Room gleamed. Bed soft, vents humming. Wrench, still in hand. Mara set it down. First real walls since crash. Leo. 7 tapped slate. Report nightly. Anomalies flagged.
Bomb. Residue on sleeve.
Efficient disarm. Mara sat. Bed sank warm.
He tilted head, curious.
Humans improvise. We plan. Door shut. Alone. Mara lit match. Flame steady. Smoke curled. Slums echoed in mind. Techs roar. But Queen chose her. Shouts outside. Kess's voice.
Interrogation yields dens. More agents inbound.
Mara gripped shard from pocket. Palace walls thin as alley crates. Syleth entered her chambers. Kess trailed.
Agents confessed. Tech ordered strike during court.
Disrupt your decree, Salith paced.
Scales itched. He underestimates her. Mara. Ward. Human fire in Frost Hall. Kess bowed. Squads. Sweep service tunnels. Riots quelled. But court fractures. Whispers of weakness. Harboring off-worlder. Strength. Salith halted. She pulled me from death. Court saw. Claws retracted. Pragmatism won. Ceremony later. Kess-eyed door. She adapts. Fought precise in slums. Now palace. Teach her. Salith waved. Guard her wing. Leo. 7 integrates.
He saluted.
Left. Salith inhaled. Faint smoke scent lingered. Human trick. Matches.
Heat sticks. Compassion in cold.
Mara tested vents. Warm air flowed. Better than slum scraps.
Shard. Ready.
Leo.
7 returned. Tray balanced. Fruits, protein slabs. Sustenance. Human compatible. He said it. Query. Slum survival metrics? Mara bit fruit. Sweet burst. Matches light paths. Pins fix leaks. Share heat. Optics word. Noted. Palace equivalent. Data nets. Alloy splices. He logged. Court session tomorrow. Ward debut. Mara nodded. Fingers traced wrench marks. Debut? Like heatstick sale. Survive stairs. Night fell. Thence hummed, steady. Mara slept light. Dreams of wires sparking. Dawn clanged. Kess at door. Training yard. Queen commands. Mara followed. Armory gleamed. Blades. Staves. No pipe shards. Human grip. Kess tossed stave. Light. Balanced. Mara spun it. Ali memory. Crack knee. He circled. Slum luck ends here. Lunged. Mara parried. Stave cracked. Kess blinked.
Instinct? Survival, she countered.
Footwork tight. Slum dodges. He adapted. A faster strikes. Mara ducked. Tripped him with stave end. He rolled up. Grinned faint.
Adequate.
Salith watched from balcony. Nodded. She learns. Court spies noted. Whisper shifted. But tunnels rumbled below. Leo. 7 burst in. Service breach. Tech loyalists. Again, Mara gripped stave. I know wiring traps. Together. They plunged down. Tunnels steamed. Agents wired junction box. Palace core. Mara spotted brass gleam. There. Match flared. Lit fuse path. Salith slashed wires. Kess felled guards. Boom muffled. Core safe. Agents chained. Leo. 7 sealed hatches. Efficiency logged. Human improvisation, 87% optimal. Salith clasped Mara's arm. Ward proves worth. Court assembled again, nobles hushed. Mara stood beside throne. Clean-robed Salith rose from the throne. Her crest flared crimson. Tribunal convenes now. Tech's patrons, Lord Vexer, Broker Thal, face charges. Mara stood rigid beside her. Clean robes itched at the seams. Nobles shifted in their high seats. Whispers died. Captain Kess flanked the queen, blade half drawn. Leo.
Seven's datapad hummed, projecting holologs of tunnel sabotage. Lord Vexar lumbered forward.
His alloy-spliced arms gleamed. Majesty. Tech acted alone. We hold no logs prove otherwise. Salith thrust a claw at the hollow. Red lines traced fund transfers. Your contracts armed his gangs. Your titles shielded his traps. Humans invite chaos. Slum filth. Mara clenched fists. Heat rose in her chest. But Silas' gaze pinned the broker. The human Mara Vale saved our core. Your filth outwits you. Kess stepped in. Evidence sealed. Guards. Seize assets. Vexer lunged. Kess parried with a staff whip. Crack. The Lord crumpled. Foul bolted for the doors. Leo. 7 triggered floor locks. Click. Guards swarmed. Silas's voice boomed. Contracts void. Exile to outer rims. Nobles bowed heads. Mara exhaled slow. The queen turned. Witnessed, Ward? Mara nodded. Saw it all. Tribunal ended in chains clanking. Salith gripped Mara's shoulder. Slums next. E-sticks from palace stores. Escort full.
Kess saluted. My vanguard.
No risks. Dawn broke cold as they descended. Mara rode in the lead hoversled. Crates stacked high. Palace heatsticks, dense, long-burning. Better than her match-lit scraps. Kess drove. Eyes scanning vents. 20 guards flanked on foot and cycle. Slum gates loomed. Rust-flaked. Faces peered from shadows. Whispers spread. Royal colors. Human girl. Mara stood. Open up. Gates groaned. They rolled in. Shacks huddled under steam pipes. Frost-rimed doorways. Children huddled, breaths fogging. A voice rasped. Match girl? With Queen's dogs? Mara vaulted down. Grabbed first crate. Heat sticks. Free. Crowd surged. Hands reached, tentative, then grabbing. Mara handed sticks one by one. Lit a match from her pocket stash. Flame danced. Touched wicks. Glow bloomed. An elder alien clutched one. You? Returned? Promised I would. Mara pressed another into small claws. Kid's eyes widened. Warmth chased blue from scales. Kess scanned alleys. Tech remnants. Eyes everywhere. Shouts erupted. Gang thugs spilled from a side tunnel. 10 strong, pipes and blades. Leader snarled. Queen's pet steals our trade. Mara lit 3 sticks at once, tossed into their path. Flames whooshed up, blocking charge. Guards charged through gaps, staves cracked. Thugs dropped. Kess felled the leader. Yield. Mara kept handing sticks. No fight today. Warmth for all. Crowds parted. A crone gripped her arm. You share like kin, not like them. She nodded at guards. Salith watched from sled. Crest softened. Enough. We return. Looked back. She climbed aboard. Sleds hummed out. Palace halls awaited. Integration chamber gleamed sterile. Leo. 7 waited with charter scroll. Hello pen hovered. Salith sat across. Sign, Mara. First protected human resident. Palace ward. No more slums. Mara traced words. Alien script swirled. What if they hate me inside? Kess snorted from door. They adapt. You bested tunnels. Leo. 7 adjusted lenses. Charter grants quarters. Training. Veto on prejudice suits. Optimal integration. Mara met Silas' eyes. Goldflex held steady. No pity. Partnership. Slums taught, abandon no one. Queen embodied it now. Pen scratched. Seal glowed. Done. You're home. Salith stood. Hugged brief, claws gentle. Mara's throat tightened. Family, first taste. Winter deepened. Christmas Eve fell. Human date marked on palace call. Snow-dusted spires. Salith planned public meal. Grand hall opened to streets. Tables groaned under roasted trench grubs, steam breads, frost melt cider. Mara fidgeted inside chamber. Robes embroidered now. Human stitch patterns woven in. Kess checked her stance. At Queen's right. Noble's watch. Survive stairs. Mara spun practice stave. Light clack. Hall filled. Aliens streamed Nobles high, slum dwellers low. Prejudice simmered in side eyes. Whispers. Human, at table. Undeserved. Salith entered. Trumpets blared. Mara followed at right. Steps matched. Hello? Hushed. Queen raised claws. Winter binds us. Tonight, unity. Servers poured cider. Slum elder from Heatstick Day nodded across tables. Grubs steamed savory. A noble sneered. Majesty. Seating. Salith cut in. Mara Vale saved palace core. Hands heat to frozen. Sheeran's place. Mara served herself. Bit into bread. Warmth spread. No words needed. Kess patrolled edges. Leo. 7 logged reactions. Data spiked. Approval 23% rise. Then chaos. Side door burst. Tech himself. Scarred. Wild. Loyalists behind. Blades out. Queen falls. Hall screamed. Mara grabbed stave from under table. Lit match from sleeve. Palace trick now. Tossed at feet. Flames leaped.
Salith drew sword. Protect the people. Kess barreled in.
Guards clashed. Mara vaulted table. Stave whipped. Cracked Tech's knife arm. He roared. Swung pipe. She ducked. Tripped him into fireline. He howled. Rolled. Salith slashed through thugs. Last fell chained. Silence crashed back. Mara breathed hard. Stave firm. Slum elder stood. Clapped once. Others joined. Applause swelled. Salith sheathed blade. Pulled Mara close. My right hand. My family. Nobles bowed. Mara grinned faint. Slum match seller walked in with Queen. Left with family. Crowds cheered into night. Heat sticks lit every corner. Christmas Eve sealed it.